Oh boy, this video is going to split opinions. Today, guys, we're going to be discussing XRP, but more specifically, how many XRP coins do you need in your portfolio to become a millionaire? This is going to split opinions, so do let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree or disagree with this particular number? So as I get into today's video, if you do find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and you'll stay up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, why not check it out? Link is in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7, and it's completely free, so why not check it out? Let's get into this. I do want to kind of caveat though that as we kind of get into this video today, that we kind of take a look at this through an objective lens, right? I'm just saying this is one way of approaching, the market, and it might not be exactly what everybody wants to hear. So as much as I would love to kind of see things higher, this is going to be on the conservative side of things. Okay, so let's get into it. So here we have XRP on the USDT pairing daily chart, and you can see here that we are still tracking this potential move down deeper. Which we will probably be looking to test the lows around kind of 28, 30, even potentially 24 cent. Now, for the most part, as many of you guys will know, I completely lucked out with a 30-cent buy order on my XRP holdings. Although majority of my XRP, guys, was actually purchased down here at 17 cent, and a little bit deeper than that, I think, was around the 10-cent range back in 2020. Majority of my XRP is really from this end. But most recently, I did have a buy order on Binance, and I lucked out at 30 cent, and it got filled out, which is quite remarkable because you don't normally tend to see that happening very often. So, for me, this is going to be quite easy because obviously I've been building this position for quite some time, and my prices are very, very low. My dollar cost averaging on XRP is very low. Yours might not be as high or as low, and it might be slightly higher. That's fine. Obviously, just adjust all the calculations accordingly, and you should end up with some kind of idea as to kind of where things are heading. Now, as we get into this, we can see that there's probably going to be a retest of this range. So I think for the purpose of calculating out how much of an investment is required, I think we're going to just use an average price of 30 cent. It seems to be the area that's probably the most, or would make the most amount of sense for the majority of people, hopefully. For me, my average price would probably be more around the kind of the 20 cent range. But nonetheless, we are where we are. So based on this, I still think there's room to the downside. I still expect us to retest these existing lows based on this moves and these structures that are currently appearing here. Okay, it's not all bull market runs to the upside. Essentially, I am looking for some corrective action to the downside. But in order for us to be able to predict out where we think or how many tokens we need or how many coins we need to become a millionaire using XRP, we need to first of all ascertain, okay, where do we buy it from and how high is it going to go, right? And this is where it splits opinions. When we start taking a look at the weekly time frame, I have a really conservative target on XRP's price action that is definitely not aligned to some of the maxis out there who truly do believe it's going to be $10,000 a coin instantaneously, right, when the switch is flicked or whatever. Essentially, I'm not a believer in a lot of that stuff. I think if you actually follow the logic of how liquidity works, a highly liquid market is a stable market, not a volatile one. And of course, doesn't necessarily say that it has to be $1 or $10,000. There's no real price to it. But if we want XRP to be successful, it obviously has to be a highly liquid market. A highly liquid market means a stable market. It means it's easy to buy and sell. Price doesn't fluctuate. It's pretty stable. And so that stable price can be $1,000. It can be $10,000. It could be $1 million. It doesn't really matter as long as it is a highly liquid market and there's lots of transactions occurring, basically making it easy to liquidate assets, highly liquid. And so the conservative target here is based on the historical price movements of XRP and where I think it is heading. So here we can see that there's a potential move upwards, and I think it is real conservative because we haven't really got the lawsuit factored into this. So we could, of course, see it go higher, but we're going to take, I think, the expectations of this range as our conservative target so that we can build $1 million portfolio with XRP with these as our target ranges. If it exceeds it, then we're multimillionaires, right? Fantastic. So On the lower end of town, we are looking, of course, at $5.57 to $11.21. So $5.57 on the low side and $11.21 on the higher side of our Y wave structure. So I think for the most part, if we take our expectations at $7 to $8, let's just say slap bang in the middle there at $7.50, that's going to be our kind of target to exit, right? So on that note, if we bring up the XRP spreadsheet here, who doesn't love a little bit of an XRP spreadsheet? Here we can see, of course, we've got the future price, which we're going to put in here at $7.50, right? So if we have a future price of $7.50 and our target is to get $1 million, we need 133,333 XRP in our portfolio. If our average price of that is at 30 cents, then it would have cost us a total of $40,000, which if we go ahead and take our $1 million prize and we minus off our initial costs, then we are going to be seeing profit of $960,000. If we have a tax bill at 20%, depending on your jurisdiction, that may change. But for us, we're going to take a 20% tax rate here in the UK, capital gains tax, which may change and fluctuate depending on if you're a higher earner or whatever. But that basically means there's a tax bill as well of $192,000. Which if we take the profit, we minus the tax, we end up with a profit range of $768,000. So in order to build a $1 million portfolio with XRP, it requires us to, first of all, have a good target range, which we've taken a real conservative target of $7.50, 133,333 coins. Now, if you want a nice round number, we could say, okay, what if it goes to $10? Well, you need 100,000 XRP in order to drive that $1 million. But let's say hypothetically we do end up pushing a little bit higher, a little bit further and above and beyond. What does that look like? Well, if we come into here, we can see that there's some interesting levels around $34. Okay, so $34 right here would be a 1.618 target range. Okay, so we have our kind of low expectations. 133,000 XRP would get you $1 million on my low end. What about that higher end range? What does that look like? Well, if we come back in here and we say, okay, let's hypothetically say we can go for that range of $34.81. Well, you then all of a sudden only need 28,727 XRP. If you have an average purchase price of 30 cents, well, then your total cost would have been $8,618. Profit being $991,000. And of course, your tax bills are not actually all that different. So again, your tax bill there is $198K and you're netting down after tax $793,000. So for the most part here, you can kind of see, you can kind of move the needles a little bit depending on how bullish or bearish you are on XRP. But for the most part, I think for me, I think a nice 750 range is going to get you kind of more aligned to nice conservative targets. You don't know what's around the corner and you want to lock in profits and all that kind of stuff. So hypothetically, I think 750 would be a nice target for XRP anyway. So we look to kind of build a portfolio out at cost of about $40,000 if you're trying to target out $1 million return on investment from the XRP holdings in your portfolio. So yeah, I think guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. If you have found that useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, what are you waiting for? Check it out. Link is in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. Until the next one though, guys, have a fantastic day.